The generations that elevated Wilson, the people who were on the scene and active from the 1940s to the 1990s, perceived his failures as acutely as we do. If anything, they perceived those failures more acutely, since they had personally paid the price in blood and suffering for the failure of peacemaking in 1919. But they also understood, again, much more acutely than we, what Wilson was trying to do. During Woodrow Wilson's presidency, the United States became the greatest of the world's great powers. How should that power be used? Some Americans of Wilson's day believed that the power should not be used at all. Such Americans, like Wilson's first Secretary of State, William Jennings Bryan, wanted the United States to set a moral example to the rest of the world, but otherwise remain apart from that rest of the world. Other Americans of Wilson's day wanted the United States to use its new power the way other great powers had used their power before, by building great navies, amassing colonial empires, and generally asserting America's national interests on America's national terms. This was the view of Wilson's fiercest Republican adversaries, like Theodore Roosevelt and Henry Cabot Lodge. Wilson, almost alone among the leading figures of his day, recognized something that Bryan, Roosevelt, and Lodge could not or would not see. The something he recognized was a truth that has wisely guided the United States from the time of Franklin Delano Roosevelt until only just a few years ago. Modern technology had shrunk the world too small. The lesson he learned was that modern technology had shrunk the world too small, and America's interest in that world had spread too wide for the United States ever to achieve security by standing apart, as people like Bryan wished. On the other hand, countries that sought security by dominating others, as Imperial Germany tried in 1914, would only surround themselves with multiplying numbers of enemies. The pursuit of security through domination was an inherently self-defeating enterprise, even for the mightiest nation. Wilson foresaw that the United States could find security for itself only if it delivered security for other like-minded countries. American power would be resented and sooner or later attacked and overthrown if it served only selfish ends. American power would be accepted and reinforced by allies if that power contributed to the welfare of others. Americans and their partners and allies would achieve collective security, or they would enjoy no security at all.